Hey Geeks, welcome to another episode of Geek Speak TV Live. I am your host, Patrick Estrada. With me is the young Abigail. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Abigail is wearing a lovely comic book dress today, as you can see. And so, who are you wearing?
My mom's actually made this for me.
I'm wearing your mom, yo.
Oh, God.
And she means it.
Your
mom made that, really?
Yeah, she made it. I was going out with a guy, and our first date was going to be Everett. Everett. Hi, Ev.
Hi, Everett.
And we were going to see Civil War for our first date. And so I'm like, Mom, I need something to wear. And so...
That's adorbs. That's an adorable story, too. Way to go, Moms. Mom of the Year award. Making your daughter a dress. That is so cute. So if you can't see it from where you are, it's all comic book covers and heroes.
Yeah, it's got
the Marvel Universe.
Spider-Man, Wolverine, Iron Man, Cap.
I think hands down the only universe that matters. Oh.
Come on, man. DC's decent.
I've seen a lot of cosplay lately that said like DC Lives Matter and all that stuff. And not to slight the Black Lives Matter movement, but it's kind of funny. It's like the DC Universe matter, DC movies matter.
Dude, anything Lives Matter that's turned into a meme.
Yeah, unfortunately. But you know, but the cosplay thing is kind of funny though with the whole DC. Well, speaking of cosplay and cons, hi to everybody out there at Dragon Con and San Francisco Comic-Con. Hey, because I know Patrick Ian Moore's up there with Comic Book Live. He's a good friend of Geek Speak TV. They're doing the Comic Book Live thing up there. If you haven't seen Comic Book Live, it's improv comedy set to the comic book universe. So DC, even the oddball comics stars sometimes show up in there, and it's all improv. They try to dress in character, but sometimes other characters evolve and become part of that universe. So it's a lot of fun. Check it out if you ever get a chance to. So moving on real quick to the box office in the week in Geek. Don't Breathe is still holding on to the top slot. Way to go. Way to go, you young indie film. Holding off against Suicide Squad, which is still holding on to number 2 spot, surprisingly.
DC killing it no matter what.
Well, yeah. Kubo and the Two Strings pulling number 3, which surprisingly Abigail did not hear about.
I didn't hear any.
Even though our Facebook post is covered in Kubo and the Two Strings, because Kyle, our buddy, the head writer of Geek Speak TV, loves Disney, as I do.
I have been I started college 2 weeks ago. I have been swamped in syllabi and homework and papers.
She's claiming syllabi swamping for not knowing about Kubo. Which, if you guys don't know, if you haven't heard about yourselves, it's a stop-motion animation presented by the folks at Disney, Samurai Jack style. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Samurai Jack. So and I've heard great things about it. And there's tons of exhibits all over the place. I think some of them are still open. If not, then I'm sorry you missed it. Look at our Facebook. We have tons of pictures and things like that because Kyle went down and took a bunch of pictures from the exhibits and video. So check that out. And he wrote a pretty interesting article on our website too. Way to go, Kyle. That dude is busy. He writes like 9 articles a week.
Yeah, majority of our articles on the site is Kyle.
Way to go, Kyle. We get a clap for you. And Sausage Party, which I still haven't seen but really want to.
I've seen a couple of the people at college have been talking about it, so it was pretty funny.
Okay, so college humor. Awesome. And The Mechanic Resurrection, which is Jason Statham.
Didn't hear about that one.
It's an action movie. And The Mechanic is like, I guess, a term for hitman.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's a hitman movie with Jason Statham. Way to stretch it, Jason. I'm just saying. I loved Jason Statham when I first saw him in Snatch. You ever see Snatch? Snatch is a Guy Ritchie film from the 90s. So you would have been like 2 when it came out. Brad Pitt is in it. The old guy Brad Pitt, that real old hot guy Brad Pitt. Yeah, he's in it.
Dude, I was born in 98.
Holy balls. Moving on. Speaking of cool stuff that we're going to be doing, and you should do too, because check this out, there's going to be like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do this. We're going to be able to talk to Snowden live. If you don't know what Snowden is a movie that's coming out starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He plays Edward Snowden, and if you don't know who Edward Snowden is, he is a CIA
You need to be paying more attention to, like, world events.
World events, yeah. He's a CIA agent who leaked classified information to the press.
Yeah, and that's led to a whole lot of people questioning things like the Patriot Act and a whole question of how privacy and versus security should be handled.
Well, we actually have permission to show you guys a trailer. So check out this trailer of Snowden, and we'll talk a little bit more about Snowden when we come back.
Plenty other ways to serve your country.
You wanted to be special forces?
Yes, sir.
Why do you want to join the CIA?
I'd like to help my country make a difference in the world.
The average test time is 5 hours.
I'm done, sir.
It's been 40 minutes.
38 minutes. What should I do now?
Whatever you want.
The deputy director of the NSA offered me a new position.
Can you tell me anything about it?
You know I can't.
Find the terrorist in the internet haystack.
You're making people very happy.
Thank you.
You ready for a little action?
Oh, this looks juicy.
How is this all possible?
Think of it as a Google search, except instead of searching only what people make public, we're also looking at everything they don't. Emails, chats, SMS, whatever.
Yeah, but which people?
The whole kingdom, Snow White.
The NSA is really tracking every cell phone in the world.
Most Americans don't want freedom. They want security.
Except people, they don't even know they've made that bargain.
Are they watching us?
There's something going on inside the government that's really wrong, and I can't ignore it. I just want to get this data to the world. Hey. I feel like I'm made to do this, and if I don't do it, then I don't know anybody else that can. This is everything I have. They're gonna figure out what I've done.
Did you access an unauthorized program?
The government knows that we have these documents now.
You're looking at a possible death sentence.
I can't turn back from this.
Watch yourself.
We are running out of time.
They're gonna come for me. They're gonna come for all of you too.
Snowden. So, what's going to happen with Snowden Live on September 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time? So, do the math on that for specific theaters. They're going to show Snowden, and then after the movie, there's going to be a live via satellite interview with Oliver Stone, the director, and Edward Snowden himself from Moscow, because he's in Moscow now.
Because he can't be in the U.S. He's a political refugee.
Yeah, because he did some stuff that our government said was bad. And so now he's, so this is a movie about all that and what's going on. And if you saw the trailer just now, that's some pretty crazy, wacky stuff. Because I was just pointing to the studio. We have a PS4 camera and like all the other cameras all over the place. So they're watching me poop.
I'm not sure.
They can watch you poop. You take your phone into the bathroom with you, they can watch you poop. Think about that. Anyway.
I'm trying to remember how I ended up being the mature one.
Batman Day! No, Batman. So this is the third annual Batman Day. I didn't even know this existed, but I'm glad I got the email. I don't know. I missed the memo apparently the last 2 years because this is the third year.
Like usually your local comic book store will have like a sale or something, or they'll be giving out like free stuff. So
did this start with the Bat Kid thing?
Possibly, yeah.
I think it's around the same time because this is the third year they're doing this. So to commemorate Batman Day this year, fans will receive a copy of Batman #1 from this year's DC Rebirth, written by Tom King and illustrated by David Finch, Matt Banning, and Jordie Bellaire. So go to your local comic book store and you'll pick up a free copy of that Batman. And it's also available digitally. There's also going to be signings all over the place. So check out dccomics.com/BatmanDay to find out who's going to be in your local comic book store because we're looking up to have Jim Lee in our Pasadena store.
Speaking of which, for the fans of Batman the Animated Series, Kevin Conroy, and I can't remember who voiced Robin. But anyway...
That was my blank stare. I don't know.
They're going to be at Long Beach Comic Con, which is coming up in September. And so if you want to go see them, do get tickets while you can.
Long Beach Comic Con is one of the smaller fun ones still.
It's a small, fun one, and if you want, it's good for artist-fan interaction.
Yeah, don't expect the normal like blockbuster con. It's a smaller con with good vendors still and good artists that turn out, but you're not gonna have that big crowd. So if you don't,
I don't know, especially if you've got a good, decent-sized comic book collection with some of the more modern comics like I do, you're gonna end up. If you want to get some stuff signed, you're gonna end up bringing half your collection with you.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good artists out there. So I just saw too that Spawn released a new special copy of it's a blank cover. So you can have your favorite artist, Spawn artist, draw on it or sign it and stuff like that.
Cool.
So check out Spawn for that one too. A real quick happy birthday shout out to the 501st Legion. 19 years going strong. Those Legionnaires. They started out in Dragon Con, Atlanta, Georgia, this weekend, with 60 members, and now they're over 10,000 members strong.
Chances are, if you go to cons and you know someone who's cosplays, you know a 501st member.
Yeah, they're very strict about the rules when it comes to being a member. You got to have the right armor, and it has to look to spec. You got to get it approved. But they do a lot of good things for charities too. They go out and they do walks and marches. And a good friend of mine who's going to be a future guest on the show, Dr. Michael Bender, has been a Legionnaire for 10 years now, and he's actually taken upon himself to troop to every garrison in California. And
which is, there's a lot.
There's a lot, yeah, and he's visited them all. So way to go, Mike. We actually went to high school together. It's kind of weird. And then we ran into each other later.
Way back when in the Dark Ages.
Back when Jesus was our class bully. That guy was mean, man. Don't believe what you read.
Congratulations, you offended half the people watching.
It's all good. That's what we do. No, yeah, I knew him way back then, and we ran into him again in the geek circle. Like he married like a very well-known geek, and I ran cross with him. I was like, "You look familiar." He's like, "Yeah, we went to high school together." And it's like, "Oh my goodness!" So the geek world brings us all together again, like Facebook does. So again, happy 19th birthday to the 501st. And for you Trekkies, are you a Trekkie?
Yeah, I love Star Trek.
I wouldn't consider myself a Trekkie, but I do love Star Trek, especially the original series, which on December 13th, just in time for security. See, we got psychos in the yard. Just in time for Star Trek, for Christmas, December 13th, Star Trek is releasing the Roddenberry Vault edition on Blu-ray, which are basically episodes of the old series that have cutting room footage reintroduced into them. And they have special behind-the-scenes documentaries. It's a 3-disc set. And it's got, for the hardcore Trekkie, you're going to want to pick this one up because this is stuff that basically the Roddenberry Foundation literally picked up off the floor and preserved in their vaults for hopes that someday it could be seen again. And the time is now. So this is that. And there's some amazing documentaries called there's Inside the Roddenberry Vault, Star Trek Revisiting a Classic, which offers a look back at the origins of the iconic series, and The Strange New World, which is visualizing the fantastic dives into the creation of spaceships, transporters, and the Star Trek visuals. So yeah, wow, there's a lot going on. Do you want to see something from that?
I think you covered it.
I think I covered it. Wow, that's a lot of information for you Trekkies. And last on our list of things that we need to talk about is a new thriller coming out called The Disappointments Room.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's from the director of Eagle Eye and Disturbia. Did you see any of those? No? Well,
I don't really do thrillers.
Well, Eagle Eye, I think, was with that one
I
kid.
thought Eagle Eye. Yeah.
Who's in it?
It was the
Shia
guy.
LaBeouf?
No, not Shia. It was that one guy who was werewolf in Twilight.
What's
For all you Team Jacob nerds.
Oh, so Team Jacob was in it?
Yes.
That's cool.
Taylor Lautner.
Oh my God, Taylor Lautner. I actually liked him the most in The Ridiculous Six.
Wow, this is like flashback to like 2008.
Have you seen Ridiculous Six with Taylor Lautner?
No, I haven't, but I've unfortunately been subjected to Twilight, so.
I've seen Twilight, terrible movies. The Ridiculous Six, pretty damn funny. Taylor Lautner especially, he plays a really low IQ'd individual very well, and he's quite hysterical in that movie. But Sidetracked, Disappointments Room, opened in theaters September 9th. It's a thriller about a couple who moves into a house with a room that is not a nice one. But here, let the trailer do all the talking for you for this one.
Ready for your new house?
This is a new beginning.
New beginning.
Hello?
Hot.
Of course.
You okay?
Yeah. Just this room's not on the floor plans.
Dan, you got that look that concerns me.
Don't get sick again, Mommy.
There's no one else here.
I'm scared.
Oh my god.
Spooky. There you go. So it's a haunted house movie. And yeah, comes out September 9th. So check your local listings for that movie. That's coming out. It's September 9th. So you were on a trip and you're kind of, you're worn out because you were on a long trip.
Yep, it's just I completed my first week of school, literally finished my first English class on Friday, 4-hour English class, and went directly to the airport.
That's right. And you went to?
San Jose, and I was lucky. I had a friend, thank you. My uncle's old frat buddy lives up in San Mateo, which is like sandwiched right between San Francisco and San Jose.
Right.
And he lives like 10 seconds from the airport.
Cool.
So he just like picked me up, and I was able to, I didn't have to pay for a hotel. So
Nice.
thank you, Mark. Thank you.
Shout out to Mark. Thank you.
And
So how was the con?
the con was great. It was fun. It was very different from what I'm used to because this isn't like a comic-oriented con, unlike most things that we cover. It's mostly about fan and celebrity interaction. And like I was mentioning on the show a couple weeks ago, it's got people from Once Upon a Time, Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Walking Dead, Heroes, and probably one or two things I'm forgetting. But yeah, there's a lot of people there.
How was the layout?
The layout was interesting. So basically, you got everyone there has a signing booth that just like circles around the. It's only like a one hall convention. It's small, and it circles around like half the hall, and then you got this huge panel stage and a bunch of chairs, and then you got this little sort of artist alley sort of thing, and then also you have like they had a zip line. And
This is indoors?
Indoors, yeah. They had indoor zip line, which I did a couple of times. And they had
over the convention, or is it just
it's
like
like
into a pit of?
It was like into like a little pit. It was kind of small, but it was fun. And then they had like a little bungee trampoline. And it was funny because it was like set up like right behind all the chairs away from the stage. And so every time a celebrity came up on stage and say, "Hey," that little thing in the background, people jumping up and down, it's distracting.
So we were just watching that.
Yeah, they were like, yeah. And then somebody was laughing because I think it was when Stephen Amell Arrow was up there. He's like, "There's a Deadpool back there doing the bungee jump."
So that little planning.
Yeah.
Little planning mishap. That's awesome. Because yeah, you brought some footage and it was kind of cool because you looked like you were pretty close up to the stage.
Yeah. I was fortunately, since I'm media, I got front row access. But if you happen, they have like different level of badges, and you can either get the general admission, then they have VIP, VIP Gold, and VIP Platinum. If you get the Platinum, you get immediate access to things. You get like signings, photographs. You get like front row access.
Wow, Platinum. That's nice. So one of the things that you brought that was kind of cool was there was, I guess there's this movement, and some people you've probably seen it online if you're on Facebook, doing 22 push-ups in honor of the
22 veterans that commit suicide every day.
Yeah. And so you might have been seeing people, it's kind of like a challenge. You challenge your friends to do 22 push-ups, and then for 22 days, right? 22 push-ups for 22 days, I believe it is.
It might be, but either way, they just did 22 push-ups for this.
Yeah, they only had one chance, but take a look at this. It's kind of cool.
This is Clark Gregg and Chloe Bennett from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You do it together?
I like some music. It's like the rocky music. You really wanted Pitbull when you were walking out.
It's just a peppy song.
Okay, I don't know. I have
on my. Singing on the plane.
You were singing Frank Ocean. No.
It doesn't matter. It's not about that. This is a very worthy cause. Thank you for the challenge. I've been meaning to do this. Anyway. You want to take that? What are you playing?
Calvin Harris and Rihanna
voicemail from your boyfriend.
With featured vocals by Taylor Swift. There's a lot of drama about the song.
If I can only do 16, this is going to be captured on 30 phones, right? So count 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Come on, kid. 13, 14. You want to take a break? 15. Come on. 16. 6 more. 18, 9, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right. Harder than it looked. Here's your mic.
I'm hot, I'm sweaty. Listen, ready? 1, 2, 3. So much better. 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, shut off. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Wow. Thank you. Note to self, never pick a fight with Clark Gregg. Ever.
What about me? How intimidating were my push-ups with my overalls and my florals?
I have to go home now.
Don't say that.
Don't. No.
I'm going to tell people what you said about Clark. What's his name again?
I'm not telling you if you can say it.
Coulson. Agent Coulson. She tapped Kate, Agent Coulson. That's what she says. I totally tapped that.
I'm not going to tell you.
You're going to say anything.
I'm not going to tell you anything ever again. Never.
You didn't tell me that. That slipped out. She was just watching the video like, I totally tapped that.
Push-ups are hot, dudes. If you work out, push-ups are hot.
Do push-ups. Do lots of push-ups.
Also study, because like dumb people who do push-ups aren't hot.
Yeah, being smart is also hot too. So yeah, he has some pretty awesome death scenes, because I was actually, by happenstance, watching We Were Soldiers, Mel Gibson movie. Goes down in that one too, Philip Coulson style. I was like, ooh, he just cannot get out of a movie.
Mel Gibson before he went cuckoo for Christ.
Yeah, that was a good movie before he went cuckoo for Christ. That's true. So you were saying that was an impromptu panel?
Yeah, because John Barrowman was supposed to do a panel later in the day, but he was really, really sick. Like, he was there, but he was sick.
Okay, well.
And so, I think he's better now, but the thing is, like, he's been traveling from con to con to con to con, and that kills your immune system.
Yeah. I mean, not only just the traveling itself is a wear and tear, but a lot of people there. And that's one of the things that we talk about sometimes. Again, con preparedness, antibacterial hand
because people will come even if they're sick because they don't want to miss it.
Yeah, and you'll catch something, and it's called Con Plague, and it's not fun.
Yeah, no, but yeah, that was great, and several of the other panels did it. I just didn't get video, and so, but yeah, and all the guys on all the hero shows are insanely in shape.
They busted out those 22 with no problem.
Yeah, dude, Diggle, the guy who played on Arrow, Diggle, he has these biceps the size of my head.
Wow. She's got a big head, too. This was a huge biceps.
You wonder why I don't hang out with you.
Like, why don't we hang out more? Yeah, it's so funny.
Because you're a dick.
That's comedy. That's good stuff.
Okay,
I kid. But you do have one more video we want to show before we get going. There's anything emotional you want to say about those?
Let's see. I'm trying. Oh yeah, I think the next video is
some gangster rap.
Yes, Stephen Amell. Who is Arrow? He is the Green Arrow. And for those of you who are a fan of Hamilton, this will be a bit of a treat for you. Hit it.
All right, here you go.
Middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by Providence and power rich and swallow. Grow up to be a hero and a scholar. The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by being a lot smarter, by being a
By 14, they placed him in charge of the training charter. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just needed somebody like back on the drums, you said. Oh yeah, I sang on this stage already. Alexander Hamilton. And I mean, that's it.
So you don't want to rap for us a little bit?
What's that?
You don't want to rap it for a little bit? No, for us?
You want to rap a little? I mean, how does a bastard orphan, son of a whore and Scotsman, trapped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by Providence and power rich and swallow, grow up to be a hero and a scholar? The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by being a lot smarter, by being a
By 14, they placed him in charge of the training charter. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just needed somebody like back on the drums, you said. Oh yeah, I sang on this stage already. Alexander Hamilton. And
that was pretty. He's got some. So that was freestyle rap.
No, that was like it was lines from the first.
Okay. So
that was the first. Those were the opening lines from Hamilton.
Oh, but he rapped them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hamilton is a rap, smart one.
I haven't watched this. I think I've said it a couple times. I have not seen it yet because
nobody's seen it. I've been listening to the soundtrack on repeat like everyone else.
Wasn't it on like PBS or something?
They did a documentary, but they haven't showed the entire play. And I don't think that's even come out yet.
Oh, how do I have friends that have seen it then?
Possibly, I don't know, but either way.
Where's it showing?
Because it's in New York. It's the Richard Rogers Theater in New York, and the original cast is gone.
So it's not showing anymore.
It's going to be coming to LA and San Francisco, but it's still playing, but it's not the original cast.
Okay. Well, yeah, I have friends that have talked about it like they've seen it, so.
You can see it, but you have to be fucking rich.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. I'm not fucking rich, but I have friends that are pretty rich. Patreon, by the way.
We'd love it.
To your friends that are watching that are rich, Patreon.
We'll go review him. Also, I know some of those clips are a little bit iffy in quality, and I'd love to get a nice camera and videotape those for you.
Or, hey, help us out on Patreon. Hire a camera crew, and we'll even go that far. How about that? So, yeah, go to our website. We have all the links on our Facebook to Patreon and all that good stuff. And, you know, even subscribing for $1 a month. We have 6,000 fans on Facebook. So, hey, $1 a month, fans, let's do this. Help us out. You want to do more
I had to pay for that flight upstate myself. Oh, speaking of which, I have a fun story for you on my way back.
What happened? Can we talk about it on the air? Or?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so go for it. What happened?
What happened was my flight was supposed to leave at 9:30. So
AM or PM?
PM.
Okay.
On Sunday night.
To come home?
To come home.
Okay.
My flight left at 12:30.
PM? AM?
AM.
3 hours late.
3 hours late because guess what? Some idiot thought gunshots went off and started basically like a stampede, and there was a false active shooter warning at LAX.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yes,
Oh.
and that's right when I was leaving.
Did you hear what it was though? What it actually was?
No, it wasn't. There was no. On top of that was the Zorro dude. He didn't start it, but they were on top of that. There's Zorro. But yeah, and so
A dude dressed as Zorro at LAX.
But yeah, and so there was an hour flight, and then
So
it
what time
took.
did you get home?
Yep, it took an hour and a half to taxi after that, and it took another half an hour to find my luggage, and I got home at 4 a.m. and my first class was at 7:15.
Oh, no wonder you're exhausted.
Algebra.
No, I'd be taking a sick day that day. Like math, no, sorry. I got 2 hours of sleep, not gonna happen.
And then I wasn't able to study for anything while I was up there, and so I ended up staying up all night Tuesday night studying.
I don't know what's going on with the travel lately, but LAX I know has been having some serious issues with travel.
They're constantly under construction, and like half the airport's under construction right now.
Well, half the airport's under construction too, but I know mainframe-wise their systems went down, and that caused some major issues.
But I think that was what I can't remember the name of the airline, but there's a specific airline.
Oh God. I just what I heard, and we're not going to get sponsored by them, but I don't really care because I'm going to fly them if you paid me, so you won't sponsor us anyway. Frontier Airlines.
Yeah.
Is it the one? Yeah, dude, I've heard nothing but nightmares about them. So don't fly Frontier and avoid LAX if you can.
But you usually can't because sometimes the cheapest flights are out of there.
Very true. It's Labor Day weekend, by the way.
Oh yeah, have fun with that.
Have fun Labor Day weekend. Enjoy the beaches, everybody. And don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to take the day off. I think, and if you can take the day off on Monday, take the day off. I mean,
I'm catching up on homework, so.
That's what the day's about. It's about labor laws and people who have actually suffered for the rights that we have as workers. So if you can't take the day off, take the day off. You know, it's what they fought for. You know, so yeah. And enjoy, be safe, no drinking and driving, use Uber. And thanks for watching.
Bye. Says the Uber driver.
Right.